Welcome to Lock N Load Podcast. My name is Josh, where we talk to you about Connecticut 2A issues. You probably knew that already if you're watching these videos, guys. So, what are we talking about today? Trump's big, beautiful bill. What are we not talking about? 99% of it. What we are talking about, the suppressor portion, because that's what affects Connecticut and 2A issues. That's all I'm talking about in this, guys, because that's the gun portion of it. I'm not going into taxes or anything else or any other issues. So suppressors in Connecticut, yes, they're legal. In case you didn't know this, or people don't know this. People didn't know that suppressors are legal in Connecticut. They very much are. What you can put them on gets a little complicated sometimes. People don't think you can put them on pistols. You certainly can put them on pistols. You can't have a threaded barrel on a pistol. That makes it an assault weapon. So how do we get around that? Well, there's some methods. Pinning and welding a quick detach system, a QD mount, is the primary way of that. Super easy to do on a 22 system. Tech makes a wonderful mount for that. It's a quad lug system. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot say better things about that system. The 9mm and 45 platform, it's a little finicky. We can make things work and it doesn't look as pretty. It looks pretty great when the can's on it. And we're working through some other platforms too that we're trying to get figured out. So definitely on a pistol. Rifles, 100%. So bolt action rifles with a threaded barrel, totally 1000% legal. Fixed mag AR pistols, AR rifles, yep. Ruger PC carbines, fight lights, yep. What is the big beautiful bill here, or whatever the current name is, have to do with this? Well, it's made suppressors a little bit cheaper. Now, not the cost of the suppressor. Now, the suppressor is still going to be the same amount of money, right? Whatever it is, $7.99, $9.99, $3.49, whatever the cost of the suppressor is. And your normal Connecticut sales tax, because that's not going anywhere. But you used to have to pay what's called a $200 federal tax stamp. That is what's disappeared from this. So now it is a $0 tax stamp. You still have to complete a Form 4. So we still have to go through the ATF process of doing a Form 4, getting fingerprinted, doing a passport photo, and going through the ATF eForms and still doing that process. So the process for the suppressors hasn't changed. You just no longer have to pay a $200 tax stamp on top of the cost of the suppressor. So I think that's nice. That's cool. We've gotten rid of that. We'll take the one win and next, legislative session here with U.S. Congress, let's get him removed from the NFA like they were trying to do. But what does this mean for you? Well, if you're going to come buy a suppressor, as soon as you might be watching this and Trump may have signed this already, come and ask us. It's going to take time for the ATF to A, update eForms, B, to put this into effect. It's not just, and it's in effect. It's the government. It's going to take some time. But what I think will happen, and again, I can't see the future here, I believe you're going to see a pretty decent rush on suppressors because people they didn't want to pay that tax. And now it's not going to be there. So I think what a lot of people are going to do is they're going to come in and put some deposits on suppressors and or pay for them in full. And they're going to sit in the back until this tax stamp is gone and then come in and do a lot of paperwork. Turnaround time for suppressors, averaging about 48 business hours. So about 2 days, Monday through Friday, not including holidays, not including weekends. If your background check is clean and doesn't have any issues whatsoever, ever. If you ever had an in there, we have had some that have taken about 2 months, but that's the longest we've had. Most of them are 2 days, and we've had them back quicker than that. We've had 24-hour, actually about 22-hour turnaround times. So we do everything in-house at Lock and Load here. We do fingerprinting in-house, your passport photo in-house, and your whole paperwork process in-house with you. If it's your first time ever doing a suppressor, you don't have fingerprints done, you don't have an eForms account created, take about a half an hour to do that. It does take a little bit of a time, especially rolling fingerprints. We do it all electronically here, but it can take a little bit of a time to do that. If you have done it before, you already have your fingerprints done, you know it takes honestly maybe 10-15 minutes to do the paperwork. If you already have your fingerprints and your eForms account created, it's just doing a little bit of paperwork and processing and typing and clicking. But if you've never done it before, I would definitely allow yourself some time to get that done. And you have to pick the suppressor, right? Go over options. We're all pretty decent on knowledge of suppressors. Brian and Nick might be a little more knowledgeable than I am on them. I'm pretty knowledgeable on the Aero Precision and Silencer Co products. Brian's a little bit more knowledgeable on the Huxworth and like kind of oddball ones out there, and so is Nick. You know, we only can fit so much knowledge in our brains here, guys. But come on down, check things out. We can order suppressors too, guys. They come in now. They don't come in as quick as guns normally do. They do take about a week and a half from when we order them to come in, if they're in stock. Now, if this rush happens, that I think might happen, things are going to be out of stock for a while. So we're going to kind of do a wish list program like we do with guns that are hard to get again. But we'll get them ordered, guys. We spend decent money with our reps, and they will get us the products that we need once they get the products allocated to them. So if you have questions, comment below or stop in the store and ask, or give us a call. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 3. So come on down and ask questions, guys. And that's about it. So we'll see you next week for another maybe Monday morning podcast. If not, check out all of our other podcasts, guys. We try to do them weekly. We bring in guests sometimes, and go check out all of our other episodes. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye. Lock N Load Podcast is sponsored by Lock N Load Firearms, Connecticut's #1 rated gun store and pistol permit class on Google. Come check us out, 1573 Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in Southington. Lock N Load Firearms.
Lock N Load Podcast is also sponsored by Patriot Wear Holsters, custom-made Kydex holsters locally made in Waterbury, Connecticut. www.patriotwearholster.com and use code LNL Podcast for 10% off your purchase. Orders available for shipping or pickup at various locations.